Hi, this is Amy from Good Food Unearthed, and today I'm going to read you a post I wrote at the start of this month in January called The Nature of Science. So, what most people do not realize is that certainty in science is an illusion. Science is never certain. Richard Feynman knew this, Albert Einstein knew this, and many other incredible scientists know that certainty is illusory. There are probabilities, some more dominant than others, depending on the infinite variables involved at the time. And there is always more to discover. So, a genuine scientist will, when interacting and observing the present moment, suspend every bit of previous data he or she has come across, simply release it so as to be openly perceptive to the new data available at that present moment. And then let that new data play around with the previously collected data and see what comes from it without any expectations. And whatever theories arise, they are always challenged and put through the test of disproving the theory. Science is not certain, and scientific experiments have limitations that should be recognized by all of us. If we all became aware of what science truly is and recognized this lack of absolute certainty as an aspect of all of nature, then we would not blindly give faith to anything or anyone. Meet every person the way a genuine scientist meets the present moment. Do not bring your previously collected data into that moment as presumptions, expectations, or prejudice. Do not close your mind by putting anyone or anything into a box, simply categorized and relegated to a certain shelf in your mind as already done and dusted. Nothing more to discover here. It's been completely solved. This only acts as a blindfold over perception. There is far too much variability, too many interactions occurring spontaneously all at once, just like what occurs within and around the human body. This is a fascinating aspect of life. Again, there can be more or less dominant probabilities that arise due to all of the many factors interacting from one moment to the next, such as if I jump off a cliff, I will most likely fall instead of fly based on all the interactions occurring outside of my control. I can tap into this feedback information and gauge what is most probable right now and how I can work with it and what I may not be perceiving that could change the whole picture. You can see what is most dominant and question why, and go on your own path of conversing with the nature of reality. There is immense variability, but it's essential to first go within and examine yourself as an instrument of observation. What are you? Who are you? How do you know? And keep exploring. And remember the old adage, be open minded, but not so open minded that your brain falls out. So, how can one manage this? Well, there are different dimensions of existence, and we experience all of them. We can, if you remain in the dimension of intangible thoughts and emotions, you will forever sway back and forth, feeling utterly groundless and may come to feel the unbearable lightness of being. This is because that dimension is like clouds. Don't forget, you have a human body, a physical manifestation that's composed of the matter of this world as we perceive it. This is another dimension. Connect to this. Connect to the slower moving energies, the stabilizing energies of Earth. You can learn through exploring and questioning and practice how to connect and flow throughout all dimensions available to your access. Also, beyond all of these dimensions is something you will discover that is untouched. And this, beyond anything else, is what can be your guide, your stability, your core. Yet, paradoxically, I cannot describe it. It is not fixed, not stable, not anything at all. But when you become aware of it, you will know it beyond doubt. If we come to know ourselves, if we come to converse intimately with all that presents itself to us in our experience, we can see that science is just a label to name a tool, a method of exploring our experience. It can appear to certain people as fixed and certain, but it will reveal its limitations in time when they are ready to move beyond that stage of growth. What we perceive beyond our physical bodies will begin to reveal its other aspects when we have grown ourselves. Whatever definites we set up will sooner or later dissolve when we're ready. Since we exist in a reality that has physical manifestations, there are aspects that appear certain due to their slower movements, their different timeline. Examine and question, what am I perceiving? What reality does this exist in? What is its timeline? What are its properties? And always know the limitations and abilities of yourself as an observational instrument. If we recognize how much we still have to discover and our own changes and multidimensions occurring spontaneously and simultaneously, then we have to take all of this into account as the aspects of our perception instrument. Knowing this can help us to hold the space for learning, for each living being to express and exist as it will. We stand in the space as students of life, whatever that is, however it appears to us, always open to learning, always open to receiving, being our own guides, respecting our limitations and boundaries, learning about why they exist and when to challenge them or leave them alone.